A couple units that rallied. That's good. Oh, his little crew rallied. Look at these crew. They're coming back with a vengeance. Now watch. He's going to, like, kill all of our units and then walk up here and take this point. That would be very sad. That would make me very sad. Missouri, what's going on tonight? Alright, now he's moving. Yeah, we don't really care about your... Well, yeah, we don't really care about your stupid move. It's not like you can come over here. I'm going to wait till you move adjacent, and then I'm going to blow you up. Nope. Alright, well, then we'll just blow you up from afar. Well, that didn't work, did it? Nope. We really don't have anybody to shoot at. We really don't have anybody to shoot at. Alright, so I guess we will shoot at those guys. Ah, wounded his sergeant. That's it. Game, set, and match. We win. We win. Routes. Yep, doesn't matter. Advance. Advance wherever you want. Doesn't matter. Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, I just got done saying that. Look at me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God! Oh my God, I about threw my headset through the window, so I don't believe that. Look at that shit. He eliminated us all and took that point back. Oh my God. And you know what? We just went from a victory to a draw. God, I cannot believe that. Oh my God, I about threw my headset through the drawer. Look at that. Oh my God. That is just... What is the chances? He got killed our sergeant and 2 squads and 2 half squads and our corporal. He killed 3 squads and 2 leaders and didn't take a single loss. Well, that's why we play the game, boys and girls, because it's never over till it's over. All right, there you go. That's a little excerpt from the last very exciting Tigers on the Hunt night. So thank you one and all for joining me, spending some Friday night time with me. Thank you one and all. So we are going to be looking at Tigers on the Hunt, of course, but specifically we're going to be talking about all of these super cool advanced squad leader stuff that goes along with Tigers on the Hunt. So if you are unfamiliar with Tigers on the Hunt, it is a game World War II based, obviously, infantry combat system that is strongly inspired by the old ASL squad leader rules set. So, I'm just rewatching that video just makes me get chills down my back of my spine there. Just can't believe that happened to me. Alright, so let me adjust my volume. Let me know how the sound volumes are, guys, in the live stream there, if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to have to adjust the sound volume for the game as well. So, alright, so as I mentioned, Tigers on the Hunt here, of course, strongly inspired by Advanced Squad Leader. And if you haven't seen the game yet, if you're interested in this game at all, of course, this game is being made by Silicon Software and is being published by Matrix Games and Slytherin. So be sure to go to those fine folks' website to check out all the awesome details about Tigers on the Hunt. Thank you, Jack. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Be sure to go to those fine folks' website to get all the information about Advanced Squad. About about Tigers on the Hunt. So Tigers on the Hunt, when it was first released, it was when it was first published on their website there, and gave us some information about it. I am a huge Advanced Squad Leader player, follower, just about everything to do with Advanced Squad Leader. In fact, I am ID Jester, so some of you might recognize my name from all the other videos that I had done and posted to teach people how to play Advanced Squad Leader. So if you recognize my name, that's probably where you got that information from. So I'm a huge Advanced Squad Leader guy. So when Tigers on the Hunt was first mentioned and talked about, I was very excited about this game, but of course a little apprehensive as to where's it going to go, what's going to do, and is my dream of having the ability to play Advanced Squad Leader on the computer. Is it going to really happen? Is it really going to happen? And then, of course, February 25th rolled around, and that was the date of the full release of Tigers on the Hunt. And a beautiful representation of a war game based upon the ASL system was obviously been inspired by, and really was quite exciting. So when I first got into it and started playing games, and I'm just going to load up a game here. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, we're just going to load up a save game here, and you can just see all of the awesomeness that's incorporated in this game, and very excited about that. And it was, just a huge bone to be able to play war games on the computer, and especially something that's based upon one of my favorite wargaming systems of all time, of course, Advanced Squad Leader, and being able to do that. But as you can see, the wonderful look, the wonderful counters and everything, really, just that updated look and updated graphics and everything, really got me inspired about this game. But of course, many people out there, myself included, was looking at this game going, gosh, what if we could actually have the counters? What if we could actually have that nostalgia feel and that look of pushing these cardboard counters around on the paper mats? Wouldn't that be super cool? Well, since the release on February 25th, there has been a onslaught of totally awesome, totally great Advanced Squad Leader information that you can incorporate it in this game. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of show you the base look and feel of the game, and then kind of show you what some of our wonderful modding community has done for this game. So we're going to look at that in just a minute. I should mention that there are probably some differences between my version of the game and your version of the game, because I'm currently helping the developer beta test some of his new additions that he's going to be adding to the patch file that's going to be coming out hopefully by the end of March for you guys. And already, I'm not going to get into every single detail about what he's adding and everything, because that's more for him to do than for me to announce to you guys. But there are some really cool differences between my version and your version. And let me tell you, Peter, which is the developer of the game, has been really working hard to get you guys a really good update on the game. There are going to be some major differences once the patch is released for you guys. Like I said, he's hopefully going to be doing it about the end of March for you guys out there. But yeah, I can't really get into too much details about that. But if you do see some differences between my version and your version, I just want to let you guys know that is why. Mine will be slightly updated to the newer files. I'm just helping them beta test some stuff, just to see if the changes and the fixes that he's incorporating into the game system are working and everything. So base looks great. It's got these updated counters. I really enjoy that look. There's nothing wrong with it or anything, but as I mentioned, a lot of players out there, including myself, really were looking, have that nostalgic feel. We have to, what if we could get these counters to look like actual ASL counters? And again, there is a huge modding community out there for this game already, Tigers on the Hunt. If you are not familiar, obviously go to Matrix Games and go to the forum sections and look at the mods and scenario folder, and you're just going to find tons and tons of stuff. So I just want to introduce a few things to you guys and show you some of the differences here. So the first thing we have here is, of course, what we're talking about here is our ASL graphic backup file here, and all you have to do is download this file. It's free. I should mention it's free update that someone had modded for the game, so I'm just going to copy and paste over my other one in there. You see, it only took me about, I don't know, 10 seconds or whatever. Oh, okay, great. Good to hear. Macro Wow Gaming, thanks. I really appreciate that. That's really nice that you said that to me. Really cool. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so we're just going to load up the same scenario here that we had up just a minute ago with that new graphic file. And voila, ladies and gentlemen, there we have. It only took me, about 20, 30 seconds or whatever it was. Macro Wargaming, that is just really happy to hear that. I'm not completely done with that other game that you had mentioned in the chat there. Of course, I'll continue going back to it and everything, but I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break from it. But thanks for the post and thanks for the comments. So anyways, as you can see, we have now got our ASL graphics implemented into this system. So you can see the counters have all been changed to something that is a little bit more familiar to everyone out there if you are an ASL player. So there you go. You can see our light machine gun. It actually has information on the counter. Of course, all of the counters are exactly like what you would have in your cardboard counters and such. And whoever did this mod, I believe Richie61, I got to give him a big shout out and let him know he did a wonderful job of implementing the graphic file. Again, we could bring up other scenarios here just to check out some other looks of some of the units, just so you guys can get a gist of what they look like. Hopefully we have some. There's some, what are these things? BA4s, BA5s, BA8s, something like that. Down there in the corner. Yeah, maybe that was a bad example. Probably try a different one here. Let's check another one out. Yeah, we'll end that scenario. Actually, you know what might be really good, and I was going to wait for a little bit to show everyone this. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute, but let's open up this scenario, which should look a little bit familiar to you guys. Oh, I got to put units on the map. But anyways, this here is some of the awesome ASL scenarios that have already been released out there for the community to play. So let's go ahead and take a look at these since I'm talking about these and mentioning these right now. So again, if you just go to the Matrix Games website, let's bring this over here. If you go to the Matrix Games website, and let me drag this over here so I don't miss any of her all-important chat here. There we go. And you go to the mods and scenario folder, of course. We have a bunch of different scenarios already created. The game's only been out a couple weeks, folks. Just keep that in mind. So the game's only been out a couple weeks. And you can see there is probably a good 30 or so scenarios out there. And of course, if you are an advanced squad leader player or played some in the past and want to get back into it or whatever, a lot of these scenarios are going to look very, very familiar. Some of the names of these scenarios, obviously. The Guards Counterattack. I mean, who hasn't played the Guards Counterattack? Just about everyone out there I can think of. Retaking Veerville. Hill 621. Some of these, Gavin's Take there. Some of these are very, very popular ASL scenarios. And you can see with the awesome editor that comes with the game, you can basically create all of your ASL scenarios out there. Pavel's House, yep. Where's that one on the list? Somewhere I saw it. Yep, right there next to it. Right there's a nice another one. Of course, the latest addition here, another classic ASL scenario. Escape from Valkyrie Luki. So yeah, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but another classic ASL scenario out there. So of course, it's not going to be the exact replica of ASL, but it's going to be as close to anything you can find out there. So again, I don't want to leave anybody out. That's why I'm trying to not to use too many names out there, but there is a lot of great modders out there that are already creating some awesome scenarios. And what I'm planning on doing here on my game channel is playing through some of these scenarios. And I've already got a couple requests from people out there looking for some scenarios to be live played. So definitely, if you're interested, become a subscriber here on my Twitch channel. So that way, anytime we start a live game, you can hopefully get an email message and let you know what we're doing on our channel, so you can come check it out in live and in person, and be sure to leave your thoughts and comments and suggestions as we go. So yeah, a lot of great scenarios out there, a lot of great scenarios. And of course, those great scenarios couldn't be created unless, of course, you have a really good editor. So Tigers with the Hunt comes with a full-blown, very easy to use editor. And in fact, we will actually load up, let's load up one of those scenarios here and take a look at it. So where is it? Scenarios, there we go. Oh, let's just bring up, say, let's bring up the newest one there and take a look at it. So you can see exit hexes for the German units there on the east flank. You can see the setup hexes here for the Russian units. And then, of course, the Germans are going to be entering over here. And, of course, here are all the units that are associated with this scenario, and what turn they enter and what location they're going to enter into. So, quick and easy. But, as I mentioned, if you are really looking to fine-tune some scenarios for ASL, and you have a scenario that you played and you'd like to play it some more, and you don't want to go through the trouble of creating all of these awesome maps and scenarios and everything, fortunately for you, some more of our modding community here has taken it upon themselves to already create a ton of ASL scenario maps. You can see here's map number 1. Here's map number 2. Everybody knows what map number 2 is. It's the hill map. And I'll scroll over to it. There it is. This is a representation of the ASL map number 2. So if you're familiar with ASL, you should be pretty familiar with this map board here. Of course, that's a representation of someone someone had taken the time to recreate that basically from scratch. And as you can see here, let's go ahead and import another one into, I don't know, let's try sector 2 here. And if I just scroll through the list, you will notice there map 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 32, 33, 35, 37, 38, 43, 44, 49, 50, 51, 52, 56, 57, 58, and of course maps P, Q, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot of maps. But not only that, but I got to give credit, and I wish I knew who did it. You can actually, a lot of the times when you go to create scenarios, you notice some of the map boards are laid one way and some of the other map boards are laid a different way. Somebody has taken it upon themselves to actually invert every single one of these maps so it's upside down for you automatically. So you can see we have map version number 1. We also have map number 1 which has been inverted. So if we look at this, this will actually be, it's a little hard to see in that. Let's just create a new scenario then. Actually, you know what? It's easier for me to do it this way. There we go. Alright, so we'll just set it up to be scenario attributes. So it can be up to 4 maps wide, and of course it can be up to 3 maps deep. So you can see you can have up to 4 maps wide and 3 maps deep as a scenario. And what we can do here is just import map number let's just go into map sector number 1 there, and we're going to choose map board number 1, and then we're going to invert that into sector number 2. So we're going to choose map board number 1 that has been inverted. Poof. There we go. So you can see the upside down version of map number 1. So that way, if you are actually spending the time to recreate an ASL scenario from scratch and your map boards are lining one way and another way, you can use the inverted maps. And again, all of this stuff can be downloaded for free on the Matrix Games website. It's just so exciting to be able to have all of that information, and we're talking, just a couple weeks after full release, and people that were wondering where this game was going to head and what it was going to do. The fact that we have an editor that is so super cool and easy to use, we can recreate our favorite ASL scenarios. In fact, if we look at, let's just take a look. I happen to go to, what website was it? Oh, here it is, the official ASL multi-man publishing website, and they have some scenarios you can download there. And of course I downloaded them, and if I look at this, I can't find it. Really? That's because I'm probably an idiot. Alright, I guess I'll have to download them again, because let's just use the classic pack for now. That's fine. Oops. Let's open it. There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you get planned ahead and you try to have everything ahead of time. It never goes as planned. Alright, so of course, if we choose, say, number G, Hubie's Pocket here, you can see we have map board number 5, map board number 2, map board number 4. So let's go ahead and recreate that. So we need 3 map boards side by side by side, and it's only going to be 1 map board deep. So let's just minimize that out of the way, and let's just I like to exit out and start again. So there we go. So that way I know I'm starting fresh. And what we're going to do is we're going to create one that is 1 by 3. Alright, and just so you guys can see what we're doing here, I'll pop this back over. So we need map board number 2, map board number 5, 2, then 4. So all we have to do is just come up here and go to map, import map. Sector number 1 is going to be map board number 5. So let's go ahead and grab that one. Of course, we don't want the inverted one right now. In sector number 2, we're going to import map board number 2, and let's grab that one. There we go. And then of course, last but not least, in sector number 3 is going to be map board number 4. So let's grab that one. There we go. And so we have just recreated our map from this scenario, Hubie's Pocket. Now all I have to do is just get the proper units positioned, figure out if they're going to be static or if they're going to come in during the scenario, what turn, how many turns I want to adjust it to, and of course, not everything's incorporated into Tigers on the Hunt with exact replication of the ASL system. So the victory conditions you'll have to kind of adjust a little bit. There is ways to balance the game, the scenario, by actually, I'll show you how to do that really quickly here. If I can move that out of the way. So when I go to insert a unit, and a lot of people I don't think know this, and in fact I didn't know it for the longest time until I had sent something in one of my videos and the developer actually emailed me and said, you're doing that wrong, buddy. So if I choose, say, an elite unit here, a German elite unit, I want to place him, free placement, veteran, whatever. Maybe I want him to be seasoned, and I'm going to hit OK here. This AI controlled only means, this button right here, means that if the computer is playing the side of the Germans, then this unit will be there for the AI to use. And if the human player is choosing the German side, then this player won't. So there's ways to balance the scenario that way. So you can include a few units for the AI controlled, so they will have some extra units that you don't, to give them a little bit of a boost. So there are ways to balance the scenario that way. Of course, almost every single solitary unit that comes with Tigers on the Hunt is of course incorporated into it. We have, as you can see, just in the squads alone, we have Waffen, the Engineers, Elite, Fallschirmjägers, first line squads, second line squads, conscripts, and of course all of the half squads which are associated with those. And of course we have our leaders as well, going all the way from corporal all the way up to majors, and then of course crew. If I was just to say choose crew, let's just say I want to choose crew. There we go, thank you. And insert it on the map. When I oh, look at that. It looks just like just like the counters that I love to hate. And of course, once I know, I got to select it first. There we go. Select the crew and then select the ordnance. You can see there is a ton of ordnance weapons already in the game. You can see we have all kinds of mortars, AT, infantry, artillery, AA guns, all kinds of different things. So let's just say I want a 7.5 centimeter pack. I could just poof, there we go. And there is the counter just like that. So I guess what I'm saying is you can basically create the scenarios of your dreams if you have an ASL scenario that you're interested in. And if you don't feel like going through the trouble of creating your own scenarios, again, there is already a ton of really, really awesome scenarios out there. Specifically, of course, ASL scenarios, but of course they don't have to necessarily be ASL scenarios. There are some scenarios that are based on other games. So you can see this one here is a campaign game scenario from the John Tiller's campaign game series. So there is a ton of scenarios out there that you can use as your representation that you can input into, but there is already a ton of scenarios out there. And of course, being able to create them quickly and easily with the built-in editor. And now I got sidetracked. See what I was going to do? I was going to do something else, but now I'll have to do that in a minute. So of course, there's a lot more to what I'm talking about. You can set up the facing of this unit. I have to select it first. There we go. Yep, I have to select it over here actually, and I can change which way it's facing, and you can just see which way it is actually. So if I wanted to start the scenario facing with its forward arc down this way, and of course you can check that out. Okay. So some of you out there, I know we talked about it. I had a little process I was going to use, but I screwed it up. But anyways, I know there's a lot of people out there that play ASL with, of course, Vassal, and really enjoy that look and feel of Vassal. And not to be outdone, my friends, not to be outdone, another wonderful modder has already created a Vassal modification for Tigers on the Hunt. So if you are used to the look and feel of Vassal, and you like how that looks as well, let's go ahead and take a look at it, shall we? Let's just go into the editor again. Oh my God, you can already see it right there. Let's bring up let's just bring up I'm trying to use as many different scenarios as I can so you guys have a chance to see some of the awesome scenarios that are out there. Well, let's see here. There is, well, where is it now? Oh, here's ASL A8, The Agony of Doom. All right. I will get to that here in a minute there, Kiana. I'll get to that in just a second. So there it is. You can see this looks just like Vassal. If you're not familiar with Vassal, of course, you wouldn't know the difference. But for these players or people that have played it and used it, you have got a 100% exact replica of playing Vassal on the computer, with, of course, Tigers on the Hunt graphic file. So, as someone in the chat has mentioned, I like to do things kind of the hard way in keeping all of my graphic files. You can, of course, install JSGME, whatever the hell that stands for. I know it's some kind of mod program out there. I guess it's for the younger generation who want the computer to do everything for them because they're not smart enough to actually know how to take files and move them from one directory into another directory. So they want the computer to be able to do it for them. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. JoneSoft Generic Mod Enabler, thank you. So if you're interested in just getting a mod enabler so you can swap these files in and out, go ahead and do that. I've got one more to show you here, guys. I'm going to copy this one in, and you can do it really quickly with your mod, or you can do it even quicker by doing it manually like I do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and load up a saved game here again. So I've got one more little scenario here, or one more little graphic file. Looks very similar, obviously. It's got all the ASL counters out there. We actually have to go through the administrative segment and through the fire segment here. So this is kind of one that I wanted to show you there. With this modification, somebody actually changed the actual counters to be small. So like your DM counters, your all those different kind of broken counters and all that. So there's that dreaded DM counter that you can see there. So of course, so they basically just took the ASL modification graphic file and they added in the DM counters and all the other counters, and they made them a little bit smaller so that way you can actually see some of the numbers underneath the counters to help you out there. So as we get ready to shoot here and break these units over here, there you go. You can see these DM counters just popping right up. Everybody loves to hate these little counters, don't they? So there they are. So I just wanted to show you that if you really, really, really wanted to have all of the ASL counters out there, not just the unit counters, but you wanted to have all of the miscellaneous counters. You can actually get in there, and as I mentioned, one of them actually changes it to be small counters, so that way it's easier to see the numbers underneath there. So that is pretty cool there. So yep, so not only can you get the look and feel of Advanced Squad Leader with the unit counters, but you can also get all of those miscellaneous counters as well. So so I just wanted everyone to be aware of all of the wonderful modifications out there. And again, I was going to try and let everybody know which each mod was created by who and everything, but I felt like there was just so many good ones that I would leave somebody out, and I didn't want anyone to feel left out or anything. So again, I'm just going to go into the mods section here, and you can see there's just a ton of really good mods. The one I'm actually going to look at, because I don't have it downloaded yet, but if you like Squad Leader, of course, there is just a regular Squad Leader mod that is, of course, made by Richie61. I'll give him full credit because I can see who did it there. And I'll just show you how quick and easy it is to get that. So we're just going to click on this. We're going to view our downloads. We're going to open it. I'm going to wait for it to finish downloading. And I'll go close, and then I'll go into there, and I'll go into graphics, and I will... I'm going to use my own skills. Shoot, hang on. Can't do that on my desktop. Okay, so this is just going to be Squad Leader Graphic. PHIC. Alright, so now, oops, we'll just drag this over to there. Boom, boom, boom. Now we'll make a copy of this and replace the graphic file, paste, replace, and just like that, voila. We'll go ahead and load up that last scenario again so everybody can see. Here's, of course, the just Squad Leader, not the Advanced Squad Leader, but of course just the Squad Leader look to the counters. So if you really like that, just the plain look of the Squad Leader system, of course you can use that modification. And basically, I like just about all of them. I'm not a big fan of the Squad Leader counters, not because of... I just like to have my counters with numbers on them, just because that's what I'm used to seeing. So I just use it that way. I like my counters with little numbers on them. So if it's up to me, I just use... I like the Vassal module a lot, and of course I like the ASL counters a lot, and I kind of just switch between them. If you guys want to see some different looks, you can look at some of my past videos that I've done here on my game channel, or of course on my YouTube channel, which is ID Jester. I kind of just I'm just used to the looks of counters with actual numbers on them like this. So not that they look any better, and not that the Squad Leader doesn't look, might has its own little look to it and its own little feel to it. So for me, this looks like more of a war game because I've got counters with numbers on them and such. So so any questions about anything we covered so far out there in the chat line, just let me know. Missouri is thinking of selling his ASL stuff, so if you are interested, look for a post on the Matrix forums for some ASL stuff to buy. Because, I mean, why would you need all that stuff if you got Tigers on the Hunt? I mean, you buy one simple game, Tigers on the Hunt, and you have access to all the scenarios that are being created by the community. You have access to a full editor, which gives you, the chance to create any scenario you want. Plus, and we haven't even mentioned this, but the game comes with 25 awesome scenarios, and that number was increased up to 28 on the first day the actual the gentleman that did all the scenarios for the game released 3 bonus scenarios just for the release day. So there are a total of 28 official scenarios that come with the game. So those 28 scenarios will take you quite a while to play through. And I can guarantee by the time you play through all 28 of those scenarios, there's probably going to be another 200 or 300 uploaded on the website that you could probably download and play. So, all right. So that was kind of the look of the graphics, the changing of what it looks like. So hopefully you guys can let the people know if people are interested in advanced squad leader or squad leader, if they're looking for something out there. So people ask me when I talk to them, and I still message people here and there, and a lot of people would ask me about Tigers on the Hunt and saw I was doing a lot of videos on it and asked me what I thought of it and everything. And I guess my number one thing, I forgot, there are 4 training scenarios as well, so I don't want to forget those as well. So there are 4 training scenarios, smaller scenarios that kind of teach you slowly and surely if you're not that familiar with Advanced Squad Leader. So there are 28 official full scenarios and 4 training scenarios. So a lot of people ask me what I think about the game, and kind of just an overview of what it's like and everything. And basically what I tell them is, if you want to play Advanced Squad Leader and you don't want to spend the 3 hours of counter setup so you can play a face-to-face game, and spend the 8 to 12 hours you're going to play face-to-face in one little scenario, and you want to play that scenario in like 30 or an hour or 2, Tigers on the Hunt is perfect for you. It's without a doubt the easiest and best way to play Tigers on the Hunt. I can get 4 or 5 scenarios played through before you would complete a real Vassal game or a face-to-face game. It just has that component where it's so much easier and faster to play through. Micro, I don't know what to tell you, man. I like all kinds of games. To tell you the truth. I like you don't even want to know, man. I have over 400 and some odd games in my Steam library, so I like all kinds of games. But I definitely, when people ask me about Tigers on the Hunt, why would I spend money on Tigers on the Hunt? My feeling is, I would buy Tigers on the Hunt just because I can play ASL on the computer if I want to play ASL on the computer. What else is going to give me that? What else out there is going to give you the chance to play Advanced Squad Leader against the computer quickly, easily, fastly, where I can download scenarios being created all the time? I have a developer that is constantly working on the game and updating it, and again, I'm not going to get into too much details with you guys about what he's doing, but just to let you know, the updated information that he's sending me and having me test out is some really great, exciting things that I think is going to really propel this game forward. And of course, we're only talking, the first month release. When it gets, 6 months, 8 months in, I would tell you, I've talked to the developer with email and such, and he's basically just like me and every other Advanced Squad Leader player out there that loves, Advanced Squad Leader, and it's just kind of, this game is like his baby, his contribution to the world of wargaming, I guess is the best way to put it. It's just, he feels about this game as we feel about Advanced Squad Leader. It's like, yeah, I love Advanced Squad Leader. Well, the developer loves this game because he loves Advanced Squad Leader, so he's going to do everything he can to make this the best game he possibly can. So what questions do we have in the chat? Anything? Smoke? The thing that everybody has to keep in mind when they talk about, oh, we want to add this and we want to add that is, we'd love to have everything incorporated in the game right off the bat. But of course, all these things take time, trouble, and effort. And, when you're talking about one person developing this game, one person that's putting all of his blood, sweat, and tears into it, it's not like we have a team like Ubisoft or, we don't have Blizzard that has millions and millions of dollars at their disposal here. We have one guy that's willing to spend his own time, trouble, and effort to try and make something for people to play. It's kind of like how I felt back in the day with Advanced Squad Leader. When I was trying to learn it, there was no video tutorials online to help you at all. So I said to myself, I'm trying to learn this game. I'm sure there's other people out there trying to learn this game. And I'm just going to try and create whatever videos I can to help them out. And so I just started creating some ASL, learn how to play ASL videos. And that kind of snowballed into like 3 different things. And so Peter kind of did the same thing. He's like, I love ASL and I'd really like to play something like that on the computer. Let me create it because nobody else is out there creating it. So, anyways, what questions do we have? Smoke? I don't know about smoke. That's going to be kind of harder to incorporate, I think, because you have to worry about line of sight blocking. You have to worry about height levels. You have to worry, it's not just placing a smoke counter in there. You have to figure out who's got smoke marker, who's got smoke, who doesn't have smoke, etc. Thanks, Micro. See you later. Anyways, shall we get into a game? Does anyone have a scenario they want to look at? We can give those of people who haven't actually seen this game in action some. What do we have here? We got some scenarios downloaded here. Let's take a look. How about the world famous? Let's we'll play as the German player. I haven't played the Germans for a while. Yeah, we're not going to play. I'm just going to play like a turn or two just to show people. I got to place. Yeah, I do have to place units out. Okay, well, what do we have here? First line. I'm just going to throw some units. Yep. All right. Zone 1, eh? Zone 1, you say. All right, we'll put some there. Zone 1, sure. Put that guy there. And this is another squad. We'll put him there. That's a lot of firepower right there, buddy. Woo, nearly. That's a lot of firepower. Zone 2. Alright, let's see. Where's Zone 2? What's this one here, huh? Alright, we'll put that guy there. We'll separate these guys here. Put one there. Put this guy here. We'll put our leader there. Squad 1. Zone 3. Sure, we'll put them there. And another one there. Boy, that's a lot of firepower again. Ooh, nearly. Oops. Alright, so there we go. Boom, done. That's not too bad. I could have used quick setup. Oh, look at these. Russians are surrounding us here. Administrative segment. They're going to start shooting at us. And his medium machine gun does not keep rate of fire. Nothing. So, panel on the right over here, is this what you're asking? Or are you talking about the panel down here at the bottom, Missouri? Which one are you talking about? What do we have there? Nothing, no result there. So this obviously is your result window down here. Oh no, he pinned us. But you notice, again, look at that. Prep fire counters. Oh, who doesn't like to see all of these special little counters? Oh no, he broke us. that was a good result for him. Jeez. Hopefully our leader will rally him. That's not cool. Fire's over. Movement. So a lot of people ask me, oh, I can't tell which unit, and this is a tip for you guys here. So you notice whenever a unit moves, what happens is it highlights all of the units that you can see, but you're not really sure which one had moved. Is this the one that moved? Is this the guy that moved? Is this the guy that moved? Is this the guy that moved? How do I tell? So all you have to do is basically click anywhere there isn't a unit. So I can just click here. Alright, and you notice all the little things went away except for the hex the unit moved in. So you moved there, huh? Well, you're pinned. Damn. Well, let's see what we can do about that. Yeah, let's just teach him a lesson. Yeah. Doesn't keep a rate of fire though, unfortunately. So, but we broke him. There we go. And of course, you can right-click on the hex to get all the information about the hex. Anytime I mouse over in the right-hand corner, you'll see, like for example, my mouse says that this is hex 719. It's clear and it's got a paved road. If I go here, this is hex 823 and it's a wood hex. So if you're never sure what's there, you can always just mouse over it. And of course, sometimes the counters conceal what they're under, so I can just put my mouse over there and I can see, oh, yep, they're in a stone building there. What else are you going to do? You going to come any more closer, or do I need to keep killing you? So he moved again. I'm not sure which unit, just click anywhere. So it's this guy moving. What do you think, guys? Should we shoot at him or not? We do have a medium machine gun, a light machine gun. We could try to do some serious damage. Might as well while he's moving around. I don't think he's going to try to advance on us, but... Ha ha ha! Alright, so our medium machine gun did keep its... Oh, I'm sorry, does not keep its rate of fire. Our light machine gun didn't. But we ended up breaking somebody in there. Good. Take that! Up, down here somewhere. Now this is going to be trouble, because all our guys down here are broke. Yo. Can we see from this guy? So again, another really cool thing. Very cool. And you think, wow, this is just this is kind of standard, but it's not really. If you look at some of the different war games out there, if I select my units, it'll actually show me every unit that's in its line of sight instantaneously, which I don't know. If you play face-to-face Advanced Squad Leader, you spend you spend a quarter of the time just trying to figure out whether or not units have line of sight, and then the other half of the time you're in the rule book trying to figure out what the rules are. So you moved, and I don't have anybody that can shoot you except for this guy. Alright, well, good luck. Shoot him. Damn. Now he's going to come over here. He's going to take our objective. We are in trouble. This one attack is going to... that's going to be trouble for us. Yep. Can't do anything about that move. Yep. Here he comes. Guess I should have spread my units out. Well, we do have defensive fire, though, so let's see what we have here. You're all broken. You're not going to be able to fire. You guys can, though. Alright, so we are going to just light some guys up. Does not keep. Wow, that was really bad shooting, guys. You can kind of see on the counters that are underneath the leaders, obviously, but you can kind of see this red circle. That means they've got some kind of counter on them. You can see if I right-click it. Oh, they first fired. Okay. So I know that they've already shot. This guy, sure. Let's have him shoot somebody. Oh, yay, we broke somebody else. That's going to help. And we got our heavy machine gun over here. Whoa, nice shooting there. We broke his sergeant. His sergeant fails the experience check. And will be replaced by a corporal. And then we eliminated one of his squads. And we casually reduced another one of his squads. And we kept our rate of fire. Awesome. So we're going to shoot again. Might as well. Alright, we eliminated another half squad. And we kept our rate of fire again. Go us! Corporal's been wounded, and that was some good shooting right there. We about took his whole stack out, which means we can advance over on him over here like he's doing an up to us here. So we might be trading buildings. We'll come up over here, or he's going to come up over here. Number 1 on the wish list for Missouri is a hotkey to AI Continue. Really? You don't say. Well, I'm not going to show you anything except for this right here. There is a whole bunch of keyboard shortcuts that have now been implemented into the game. Not to tease you or anything. I told you guys, Peter's been hard at work, working on some stuff. Ooh, he casually reduced us. Not good, not good. Hi, coward. That's good. Advancing fire. Now we're into routes. He's got a route first. So we routed this guy here. Alright. Now we got a route. If we want to route. So the question with routes. So a lot of players, this is kind of their hardest thing, is to figure out is when to route, when not to route. What can you do when you route? What can't you do? What can the enemy do when you route? And it is one of the harder parts of ASL. I will tell you that. Oops, I don't want that. Thank you. Okay, go away. Thank you. Go away. Still go away. You go away. There, I made it go away. There we go. What was I doing? Oh, I was routing. Yes. So my decision is. So here's the thing. For those of you who are not ASL experts, or you're just getting into the system, or you're interested to learn more, these DM counters. You're going to learn to hate them if they're on your unit. So you're going to learn to love them when they're on your opponent's units. And what you want to do is you want to keep those counters on your opponent's units as much as possible, and you want to remove them from your units. And the reason is because every time you rally with that DM counter, and it's very hard to see, but on the very bottom of it, it says +4. So to rally your unit, they have to roll their morale check or less on 2 6-sided dice. Am I a dungeon master? Is that what you're asking, Missouri? Of course I am. Why, did I say something about Dungeons and Dragons? So you can see that the unit there that's next to our leader, a 9-2 leader, not a 9-2, you can see that he has a morale of 7. Because that DM counter is on that unit, I'm going to add 4 to the dice roll, which means I'm going to have to roll a 2 or a 3 to rally this unit on 2 6-sided dice. So it's extremely hard to rally your units. After you rally, or try to rally, you remove the DM counter. Okay? So the next time I wouldn't have that +4. But if this unit takes any fire whatsoever while it's broken, it automatically gets the DM counter placed back on top of it. So you don't want to keep your broken units where the enemy can shoot you, because what they will do is just constantly hit you and put that counter back on those units, and you'll never rally them. So it's best to move them away where units can't get to them, hopefully. So what I'm going to do here is take our broken units and our leader that's not broken. I'm going to move them. Hopefully they can't interdict me. And I'm going to move them back over here. So this way these guys won't be able to shoot me constantly over and over and over and over and break me. So, oh, DM. No, it stands for, what does it, gosh, what's it stand for? Disruption modifier, I believe. I think is what it's called, disruption modifier, or somebody quote me on that. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it's something similar to that. Alright, so I think these are our only units that broke. Is that correct? Yep, that's it. Alright, so now see what he did? He advanced up here. Now he's got line of sight on me again. I knew he was going to do that. And now, of course, he can continue shooting my units and keep them broken. So we got to hope we can rally. Desperation morale. Thank you. Desperation DM counters desperation morale. Nobody ever calls it desperation morale. Yeah, everybody just calls it DM. So desperation morale. Alright, so anybody else going to advance? Close combat, there is none. Alright, so failed to rally, failed to rally, failed to rally. But you'll notice when we go to the next segment, there we go. You notice our broken units lost their desperation morale counters. So I no longer have that +4. But again, if these units take fire from this unit or any other unit out there, they will instantly get that desperation morale counter on there again. Thank you, Kinner. Thank you. And Kinner. So let's take a look at what else we can do here. So we're in the fire segment. So I'm going to... We're going to make a push up here because he's going to be in trouble up here. Oh, he rallied his unit. Look at that. Ah, those Russians, I tell you. So it looks like his unit wounded himself to rally the unit there. I tell you, those crazy Russians. All right, well, he's taking some of our objective hexes. I'm not a big fan of that. And he rallied this unit because we were going to make a big push up here. Alright, well, we're going to shoot with our heavy machine gun. There we go. There we go. We broke his unit and wounded his corporal again. That's twice. He's got 2 bullets in him. Plus, we kept our rate of fire. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Did not keep our rate of fire that time. But now he's broken, we can move up Jason to him, and he's going to have to route away from us. Just like we were doing down here. Wow, this is going to be... Alright. I guess we're only going to play one turn of this anyway, so I'm just going to... Excellent. So we broke him. 2 of his units we broke. That's good. But now we don't have anybody to advance up there because these guys are all broken. These guys are already fired. Is this guy... Yeah, he's in a wood building there. I think we want to move some of these guys. But of course, danger, danger. Okay, I think we're done with fire. We'll just move on to movement here. This is going to get a little tricky, if I do say so myself. This is going to get a little tricky. So, move that guy there. There. He become broken. That's not what I wanted to see. I needed somebody to cover the southern flank, and nobody's doing it. Nobody is doing it. Notice we couldn't see these guys. Now we know they're out there. That's... Alright. Alright. Let's go. Should be able to move there. Are these guys all broken? Let's see. Nope, one guy's not broken. How many units are in that hex? 1, 2 units in that hex. How many are we carrying? 1 unit? Okay, we should be able to move into that hex. Move in there. And we will be done with that. Not good for the Germans already. Alright, let's go ahead and just move him here. How many? Do we have anybody broken in this X? No. Alright, I think we will be done with movement actually. Oh my gosh, he's broken us again. Yep. Done. Casa reduced us. And you notice when that guy shot at us, what happened? We got all our DM counters back again. Bad, bad, bad. Alright, advancing fire. Yeah, I guess we could shoot this guy. Oh, yeah, you broke. Yeah, I guess you won't be shooting. You can shoot, though. Alright, I think that's all our advancing fire. Routes. Alright, so here's what we're going to do here now. We're going to take our units here and we're going to route them into the forest. At least if we get rid of our units here, you can see these buildings will block line of sight, hopefully. He won't be able to target us. That's the game plan anyways. We could actually try to go there and then there, which... I don't want to go too far away though. I think we'll be alright. Broken unit here. He's just sunk. He's broken. He's broken. Yes, you can only route away, but it'll be out in the open, so they'll be able to interdict unless, of course, I roll crawl. If I roll crawl, I'll just be out in the middle there with nothing. So it's better just to leave him in the building if that's the case. Alright, so I'm done with my routes. He can route. He's going to have to route this guy, probably back into this hex. Alright, advance. Well, let's advance. Dun dun dun. Take that hex back. And what I want to do is take our sergeant, our machine gun, and this guy, bring him to there. I'm going to take one of our leaders, try to help rally somebody. We'll bring him down there. This guy here. We will bring him up there. There we go. Can these guys can advance? Nowhere really to advance for them. Alright, done with that. Yeah, the mod really makes it look just like face-to-face ASL. Did a great job of representing it here. Is there plenty of moving in open terrain? Is there plenty of moving in open terrain? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Failed to rally. Unit rallied, failed to rally, and casualty reduced himself. Unit rallied in hex 724. That is right here. So one of our units rallied and then was casualty reduced. That's not cool. Alright, fire segment. Medium machine gun broke. Excellent. Is there a penalty for moving in open terrain? During your movement phase, the enemy gets there's no penalty for you to move into open terrain, but the enemies get a bonus on their attack against you. Oh, you eliminate our half squad. You bastard. Wow. Our guys are dying left and right here. Jeez, look at that. Another sergeant broke in. First line's broken. Failed our experience check. Another group is broken. No damage there. No damage there. Do we have anybody that can see you? Nobody that's not broken that can see you. Alright, defensive fire. Well, let's see what we can do about this. We got something here. So we're going to take one of our light squads and our machine guns, and so you see how he's got two broken units there. We want to keep these guys broken, and as I mentioned, we want to keep those DM counters on them. So it's always good to find one of your squads or one of your machine guns or something and shoot at it to give them those DM counters back. So now it'll be harder for him to rally these units. Always a good thing to do. If you can shoot at the enemy that are broken, do it. If they don't have the DM counter. So the rest of our squad here, you, and you. He's got good cover here. He's got real good cover. This building's blocking everything, and the only units that can see him are all broken. So that's not good. Alright, so we pinned his leader. His first line failed the experience check and will be replaced by a conscript squad, and the conscript has been broken, and both of our machine guns have kept their rate of fire. Good, good, good. So we're going to shoot again. Okay. Which machine guns? It's number 5 and number 6. I got to make sure I don't select the wrong ones. There we go. I think I had selected the wrong ones. Alright, conscript has been casually reduced, and we kept our rate of fire again. Excellent. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, eliminated his conscript and broke his leader, and we kept our rate of fire once again. Let's shoot at this guy. The solid engineer's been casually reduced and is broken and eliminated him. Excellent. So it is our turn. We can now move up, and this, of course, it's his turn, so he'll get to advance. But his first group that got in there, we took care of them in short order there. Most of them are broken. And hey, look at that. We kept our rate of fire again. That is 5 and 6. 5, 6. And oh, we broke our machine gun. And our other machine gun does not keep his rate of fire. That's rather unfortunate. but they did a excellent job. They took out a lot of guys over here and a lot of guys over there. Anybody else want to shoot? You can't shoot. Ah, you can't shoot. You can shoot, though. Alright, Kazra reduced his broken squad, and we kept our rate of fire. We don't have a leader directing it, so... Yep, that's that. You can shoot. Nothing. Okay. You guys can't see anybody. We need to get these guys moving. Okay. Advancing fire. Alright, boys. Hold on to your hats. Nothing. Okay, good. Routes. He's routing. Our routes. Okay, well, we definitely want to route. Take our sergeant and our guys there. Route that hex. This guy's broken. And the sergeant. Moving there. Back there. Are you broken? You are not broken. Good, good, good. That guy's broken, but now notice he doesn't have the DM counter because he wasn't shot at. The guys that were shot at, they have those special little desperation morale counters. But you can see we're doing a good job of just making sure we just keep all his broken units broken. And then we'll get the advantage in a turn or two when our guys comes back and his doesn't. Alright, he's he advanced in there, which I figured he would. Close combat, there is none, and we're on. So, unit rallied in Hex, 724. So it looks like everybody came back. Good, good. And our we repaired a weapon. Now, what happened in this Hex? Nothing. Well, the medium machine gun came back, so that's actually good for us. It's always best if you can get your broken units all in one hex with a leader. You only get to try to rally yourself if you have a leader in the hex, unless it's your turn. Fire segment. Alright, so looks like we got a whole nother group of idiots we got to take care of here. We're going to have this building up here. He's going to have this building right here. So it's going to be a big trade-off, I think, is what's going to happen. We're going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 points. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be even. He'll take this one. We'll take this one, and we'll see how it goes from there. Firing? Yeah, we're going to fire. We got to try and break some of his units. The 10-2 is going to be hard to break because that morale of 10 is hard to break. Then he gives a bonus of 2 to everybody in his hex. We broke one of his assault engineers. Did not keep rate of fire for anything though. But we broke one of his units, so that's good. What do we have in this hex? Broken leader over there. 3 broken readers and 1 good one. Alright, well, let's take a shot at these guys. More importantly, we gave him those DM counters back. I'm sure he loves that. And that is it for fire. We're going to move everybody else. Danger, danger, danger. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy up here. Oh my gosh, really? I was hoping he would survive the attack. That's not good. Because I really wanted to move these guys back up because they are rallied now. If I move here, he's got line of sight from... No, he doesn't. That woods blocks it. This guy doesn't have line of sight, so I should be able to go there. He's shooting everything he's got at us. Yep, not a lot. Alright, so we'll start with that, and then we're going to take this guy. Bring that guy there. And did everybody rally? Ooh, yeah. Alright. Excellent. We're getting some of our firepower back. This is important. We got to get our firepower back. Keep him from getting his firepower back, and we'll have an advantage on him. So right now, we've gained 2 and we lost 3. So we're only down 1, but I have 2. Ah! God damn it, I forgot to move this guy. He should have moved. That's my bad. Advancing fire. Yeah, we got a few. Alright, let's take the half squad there. Let's shoot at those guys to give them their DM counter. Then everybody else can shoot at the big stack. Well, that big stack's going to be a problem, isn't he? Shoot. Alright, we got a couple guys here that can shoot at those guys. And heavy machine guns can't fire in the advanced fire segment. So all I have is this line unit. Sure. Take a pot shot down there. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Routes. Alright, we're going to have to move this guy with the machine gun again. Back over there. Hopefully you won't get attacked. But, oh! I did not mean to double move. I meant to... Did I double move? Wait a minute. Yes, I did. God damn it. Shoot. Alright, I'm going to bring these guys in there. I just meant to do that, and then I meant to left click on this hex, not right click. Sorry about that. Routes. Anybody else? Are we doing okay with routing? We're starting to get everybody back. We are. Good, good, good. Routing is a very important segment of the game, and understanding how to manipulate it to the best of your abilities is going to determine, because we're going to have some of our units back. As you can see, we already have this stack back. And somebody else, this guy broke with his unit, so he's back. But his guys that are broken, you can see they are still broken. So that is a lot of firepower that he is not going to be able to have. Can I click on the 447 hex to see what's there? Sure. Which 447? This one? Is that the 447 you're talking about, or are you talking about this 447? Or are you talking about this 447? Yep, he's got a bunch of 628s and some 447s are all up here to the north. All right, now advance. I should have advanced this. I should have moved this guy. Unfortunately, I didn't. Do we have anybody in this hex that's not broken? We have somebody that's pinned. Pinned units can't advance, obviously. These guys we don't want to advance out into the open, and this guy we don't want to advance out in the open. So done with that. Close combat. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We're on to turn 3 already. Hold on to your hats. We're going to get some firepower here. So we had a unit rally, a unit failed to rally, and a unit rallied. So it looks like 2 of our 3 units rallied. Our medium machine gun's still down, which is bad news. But that is our only broken hex now. It's just a couple, that one unit. So remember, just like 2 turns ago, we had like 6 or 7 broken units. So getting your units into positions with leaders so you can constantly try to rally them. Very, very important. I cannot stress that enough. Oh, well, he just casually reduced somebody. The guys with the machine guns have been casually reduced. That's just wonderful. Oh my God. I just got done talking about how we just got everybody back, and he just wiped half of our guys out. Now he's in movement. We can take a shot at him, but we will wait. See if he moves anybody else. He doesn't. Okay. Well, that 6 firepower is a lot. So that's, 6, 12, that's 18 firepower. That's a lot of firepower. And this one is 18 firepower as well. So we got to break some more of his units, and that leader's going to be a tough nut to crack. Aha! We did something there. Look at that. That's good. So we broke his captain, broke his engineer, broke his engineer, broke his engineer, casually reduced it. Engineer failed his experience check, and we kept a rate of fire in all of our machine guns again. Good. Having a good leader, obviously, is very, very helpful. So should we shoot over here? Try to break some of these guys. Or while these guys are broken, should we do some more damage to them? What? 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6. Leader. That should be a valid. There we go. Does not. Ah, damn it. I was hoping to get some kills or some casualty reduce or something. He still has a kill stack over here. But we basically did the same thing to him as he did to us. He took out one of our stacks. We took out one of his stacks over there. Well, we still got some more guys to shoot, though, don't we? That guy's broken, so we can't use him. Alright, there we go. We pinned him and casually reduced his engineers, broke his engineers, and failed their experience check, and we kept a rate of fire. So that would be the light machine gun, and the leader can fire again. Let's shoot up this way. Well, we pinned him. Yep, we did. Alright, now we got our heavy machine gun back in. We can start... Ooh, we can actually shoot this guy right down there. That's awesome. Well, we kept a rate of fire. We can't use the squad anymore, but we can use the machine gun. We broke one of them, and he kept a rate of fire. We're just going to keep pounding that hex. These heavy machine guns have a pretty... Oh, good. We broke one, and we eliminated one. These heavy machine guns are... They can put a lot of firepower out there. These are basically MG42s, which can shoot, I believe, 2,000 rounds a minute. Is that what it... I'm just trying to remember. I remember reading this not too long ago, actually. These heavy machine guns, MG42s. Oh, and he kept his rate of fire again. Well, we're not done. We are not done. Let's hit this. Kept his rate of fire again. Now, before I shoot, I just want to left click and see what's in this hex. So we have one good squad there. There's a lot of broken dudes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 broken units just in this little quadrant down here. Alright, so there is one good one. We'll go after the one good one. Broke him. Excellent. Casually reduced one of his other squads, and we kept a rate of fire again. Boy, we're getting really lucky. Yeah, we kept a rate of fire again. Oh, and now our heavy machine gun's broken from using it too much. Unfortunately, the bigger, the better the gun, the harder they are to repair. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so we can move on now. You guys can shoot there. We pinned a couple. Oh, he's got a couple units rallied there. Yes, he does. Okay, well, we're just going to have to... Nope. Alright, I think that is all of our defensive fire. Advancing fire. Pin units, half firepower, just so you know, and the leaders that are pinned can't provide their support. So there he's routing. Now it's our turn to route. Guess what? We're going to have to run right back in the woods we just came out of. I'm just trying to think if it would be worth going now, or just go back there. It's going to make us go there. So no, I'm done. I'm done, right? Am I done? Is this guy? Yeah, that guy. Alright, so what we can do with this guy, Sergeant, take our broken half squad, move him there. So at least he'll be harder to target. These guys could shoot. No, that's going to block it. These guys maybe could shoot him. Let's see. Yep, right down that hex spine. I think they got a shot at him if they wanted to. That's routes. Advances. He gets to advance. Alright, so we got two different squares that need to rally. Let's see if this guy... Nope, he didn't rally. He sucks. These guys failed to rally. Failed to rally. Failed. Repaired a weapon. Oh, we repaired our heavy machine gun, though. That's good. And we picked up a light machine gun as well. So that's cool. But none of our units rallied. That's unfortunate. Alright, so let's take a look. Broken, 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 broken. Broken. Alright. I'm going to move them there. So these guys can fire, though. You can fire. Shoot. Well, we pinned them, so that's half firepower for them. You guys picked up the light machine gun. Good job. Excellent job. Actually, wait a minute. Let's click off. Left click. What's he got in here? A couple squads and a broken. Alright, that seems like a good target hex to me. Did not keep our rate of fire. But our heavy machine gun did. Shoot! Excellent. We broke his captain again. That is hard as hell to do. We must have got a lucky roll there. Assault engineer, casualty reduced. A first line unit failed his experience check. Will be reduced to a conscript, and the conscript is broken, and we kept a rate of fire. Excellent. Tear him up. So let's see what he's got left down here. He's got two broken, and all broken. Excellent. Go us. Let's... Oh, didn't keep his rate of fire. That's okay. Okay, so what we want to do is shoot at those guys, and then take our other guys and pound that hex while it's broken. So that is a perfect example why you want to do that. Assault engineers have been casualty reduced. Assault engineers have been eliminated. Conscript has been eliminated. And we did not keep a rate of fire, but he went from just 2 turns ago having 3 full squads and a 10-2 leader in there, and now he has a broken leader and a broken squad. It might even be a half squad. Let's take the counters off. You can actually... Oops, did I hit the wrong button? Oh, yeah, okay, because it's the graphic mod, it won't actually... It'll just take off the other counters. It won't actually take off the ASL counters. Alright, that's alright. Fire. Anybody else want to fire? Fire. You? Nope. Nope. Okay, good. Done. Moving. Victory locations are always visible. Good question. They are not always visible, but unless you click on, which is it? That's the line of sight tool. Here's the victory points, scenario objectives. So I can turn them on and off. I leave them on because I figured you guys would like to see where, you know, what the victory locations are. But you can turn these on and off. Something else that you guys might like to see. You can turn on the background sounds. And now, again, I've got a, hey, how you doing there? Hey, you can now turn the sound FX off. So I noticed it was a little too loud during some of my streams, but now you can actually turn it on and off. You guys will be able to do that shortly when Peter releases the patch, though. So, let's see. We're going to go movement segment, right? So we're going to click on these units, and just to show you guys, watch these buttons over here and watch my mouse. Okay, so if I want to go to double time, look at that. Wait, I didn't press my mouse over there. There must be shortcut keyboards to that. Let's see. I want to go to assault mode. Oh, look at that. I want to go to normal mode. Just like that. No snipers. There are no snipers. Not right now, anyways. Not right now. There will be a lot of good stuff coming in the first patch. A lot of bug fixes, a lot of updates, some UI improvements. Obviously, you can see some keyboard shortcuts. I'm not going through the entire list of things. I'm sure Peter will announce when he's ready what's going to be included in the patch. I'm just beta testing for him to make sure everything works before he sends it out to you guys. So if I say no, you won't get it. So, you know, I don't like these shortcut keyboards. All I have to do is tell them, nope, they don't work, and you shouldn't have them. So, there are battle hardening, as you can see. There are leader creations, and there are ambushes with close combat. There is no leader creation. There is no leader. You can be casualty reduced or take wounds by trying to rally if you fail badly on your rally. There are no snipers, machine gun lanes, or walls right now, but that will, of course, hopefully be worked on in a future update. So, no, not a hero. You can actually create a leader from a squad, but what else? What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing movement here. I was showing you that I can do it without. So we want to move. We're going to actually assault move into this hex right here, because we're going to be assaulting some close combat here. Assuming he doesn't break us. Yay, he didn't break us. Good for us. Alright, movement. Anybody else want to move? You guys are broken. You stay there. You guys stay there. We're done with movement. Defensive. Failed our experience check, and will be replaced by a second line, and we are now broken. Well, piddlywinks. Alright, advancing fire. Well, that's what I'm all about. Some advancing fire here. Nothing, huh? Nothing? Okay. That's all for advancing fire. Yes. Routes. Well, let's take our broken unit, put him in with our leader back here. These guys don't need to route any further, so we're done with routes. Berserk. Is there Berserk? There is not Berserk. If I had to kind of just, I think Tigers on the Hunt is best described as kind of a in between full ASL and Starter Kit 3. It's like more advanced than Starter Kit 3, but not quite as it has all of the advanced squad leader. It doesn't have smoke components. It doesn't have walls, but it does have most everything of the advanced squad leader. Of course, being strongly inspired by squad leader. We're going to advance in there, and guess what? We're going to double advance in there. Double advance. Alright, so I think that's all our advances. Actually, you know what? Let's advance this guy over here, because I want him to help cover the southern flank. So we lost 4. Hopefully we win this melee. We'll gain our 4 back, so it'll be back to square 1 after our horrible, horrible start. Close combat. Ambush fails. So somebody asked about ambush earlier. There is ambush. Ambush did fail. And there is no result. So that'll go into a melee now. Turn number 4. So failed to rally. Unit rallied, and unit rallied. So that is... We got these guys back. Yay. Looks like our light machine gun guy didn't rally. Looks like his half squad and leader rallied. Those guys are still broken. One of his units down there rallied. That guy's still broken. And those guys are still broken. Alright, so... no damage taken that time. No damage taken with that attack. Movement, so this should get interesting. What is he going to move? He's going to move there? I can attack him with my heavy machine gun. He's out in the open, he's moving. He's going to try and reinforce this melee. I know that's what he's doing. I have to shoot at him. So, casually reduced him. Failed his experience check is going to be replaced and become broken, and we do not keep our rate of fire. Now that is rather sad. So he did move up some more squads to help reinforce up there. That is that is a well, we're going to have to... Oh, you're still broken. You can't do anything, but you're not broken. What? Oh, yes. He's a half squad now. So we're going to have to take a shot at him. Hey, there we go. Alright, so here we go. So for those of you may or may not have ever gotten this, when your machine guns are defensive firing in their movement phase, you have a choice. You can either keep your rate of fire with your machine gun, or you can place residual firepower in the hex with your machine gun. So he's not going to be moving anymore, I doubt it. So, yes, support weapon keeps its rate of fire. We will say yes to that, because I believe we can actually fire it again. You're broken. You're directing fire, so shoot him again. Nothing that time. It does not keep his rate of fire that time. Okay, that's alright, because putting residual in the hex is great. Do I notice any differences between ASL and Tigers on the Hunt? Of course, there are some minor differences. You know, the snipers aren't in the game. I think some of the things that are really finicky from Advanced Squad Leader are not in the game, like bypass movement, which is great. So you don't have to worry about that, because I don't know how much time you spend trying to figure out when your guys are broken in bypass movement, who can see them, who doesn't see them. It's just kind of a silly rule to begin with. I understand the point of it, but it's kind of a rule I don't think needs to be in Advanced Squad Leader to make it any better. Let's see, what are we doing here? What else? I'm not missing anything from Advanced Squad Leader. It's not like I'm going, oh, I wish I had this or that. Eventually I think there'll be more countries added. I think there'll be more units added, some more ordinances, and of course I think more and more things will get added. Whether walls and hedges will get added, I don't know. It might, it may not. It depends on how much time that's going to invest to add in that feature. And is it worth the time to add that in over something else? I don't know. I guess that's why, if you go to the Matrix forums, there is a post started that says feature requests. So if you have some requests that you would like to see in Tigers on the Hunt, I know Peter's on the forums 16 times a day posting messages and stuff, so he reads everything. Yeah, I think bypass, you could just give all units one extra movement point and get rid of bypass, and boom, you're done. I mean, basically, the only time you ever use bypass move is to save you like one movement point. So just give everybody else one movement point. The addition of snipers, again, that's kind of a finicky thing in Advanced Squad Leader to represent something else. We're not playing with vehicles and stuff, but I mean most of the vehicle rules are in there with the facing and vehicles in motion and all that stuff. So we're just playing with infantry right now, but multi-hex fire, okay, that's one thing that is not in the game, but of course then that is again, is that something that I guess for me, multi-hex firing just comes down to, do I put my leader and one squad in this hex? We'll just say this building here. Do I put my leader and one squad here and the other squad here and create a fire group for him? Or do I just put my leader and my two squads in there? Hardly ever in real face-to-face ASL or anything, multi-hex really never come into that much of a play, I don't think. And I think the fact that you still get single hex fire groups created, it's not adjusting the outcomes that dramatically, because you're not really. I mean, in Advanced Squad Leader, everybody has. Let me just get rid of the units here. If you play face to face, okay, if I'm the Russian units here, I've got my leader here in this box, and I have a squad over here, and I have a squad over here, and then I create a group that has those three squads and the leader. And then in this game, all you're going to do is have those three squads and the leader in this hex as opposed to all three of the hexes. I don't think it changes it that dramatically that you don't have multi-group hexes, fire groups. Yeah, I mean, exactly, Genesis. In Advanced Squad Leader and Normal, if I had more opportunities to shoot, that usually gives me a better opportunity for the defenders to screw up than have like one big massive attack. Because you're putting all your eggs in one basket at that point. It's like, okay, I'm putting everything in one shot, and if you roll crappy on your shot, it's worthless. You can have three attacks that are wimpier shots, but you can always, I mean, every time you get a result, the enemy has to defend against that result. So, I mean, it's just some people play ASL slightly different than other people. Again, the snipers, the fact that there's no snipers in Tiger and the Hunt, for me personally, it's just, it's a personal preference. If you look at the rule book for the snipers, there is like 8 pages for just the sniper rules. Excuse me, sorry about that, guys. And is it worth the 8 extra pages of rules that you got to memorize and keep looking up to try to figure out? Okay, well, I got to move it to this hex, or wait, no, this tank is open, is buttoned up, and this tank is not buttoned up, so we go towards this tank instead of this tank, and is it worth all that for the little good that it ever did? And that's why when we talked in the beginning about Tigers on the Hunt, it's kind of, I really, really like what they did with it, because, and I know on the forums, I read all the forum posts, and I watch what everybody does and everybody says, and I put my 2 cents in here and there, but for me, personally, I think Advanced Squad Leader, and you talk to a lot of people out there, a lot of players, they don't play with the whole rule set anyways for Advanced Squad Leader because it's just too much over the top. And when you talk about the original just Squad Leader, a lot of players felt that once they got past Crescendo of Doom, the rules got out of control with Squad Leader. So I think what Peter did was he said, these are what I like about Advanced Squad Leader. I like this. I like the infantry combat system. I like the different segments. I like how the flow of the game goes, and he tried to incorporate that into his game as best he could, and he got rid of all the things that it's like, is it helping any with all of these extra rules? Is it going to benefit us to add in snipers, to add in bypass movement, to add in hedges, to add in walls? I mean, walls, it's not, walls are just a pain in the ass for no reason, because you have, okay, well, I was up here against the wall before you, so I'm going to claim wall advantage. Okay, big frickin' deal that you have wall advantage. Is that really that important? And the only time you ever did that was when you're in bypass movement anyways. So is it really necessary to have walls in Tigers on the Hunt? It's a personal thing, but I don't think walls and hedges make that big a difference for the game. Walls and hedges, all they did was slow you down in the game. That's all they did. They cost you more movement points to get across. And it prevented you from using bypass movement from going in between buildings or whatever. That's all hedges and walls ever did. So if you don't include bypass movement, is there any advantage to putting walls and hedges in the game? Now, there are a lot of players. As I mentioned, I read all the forum posts. I see what's going on. I'm a realist. So there are a lot of players that go, well, this is an ASL. It's not meant to be ASL. Tigers on the Hunt is meant to be ASL inspired. It is the developer's interpretation of, I enjoy ASL, now let me create something that's based upon and or inspired by ASL, but not have the extra details and the extra stuff that I don't think needs to go into the game. And I think that it works just perfectly fine because, when you do something wrong in the game, when I'm in movement and I try to fire or whatever, there's a little message that pops up. If you add in all of these extra stupid, silly things like snipers, the sniper counter, I could just see players clicking on the sniper counter when they have to move it and clicking it on a space and having that message pop up and say, you've moved it to an invalid space, try again. Well, I'm going to move it over here. You've moved it to an invalid space, try again. I'm going to move it over here. No, you've moved it to an invalid space, try again. And they're going to just get frustrated with the game, Tigers on the Hunt, and say, oh, this game sucks. I don't understand it. It doesn't, and it's just not doing what I want it to do. So I think personally that the fact that a lot of these things that don't make it ASL aren't in the game make it actually easier and funner to play, because I don't have to mess with this sniper counter. I don't have to try to calculate out all the different minute details of, okay, if I'm going to use bypass movement. I played before I moved to Florida. I lived in Columbus, Ohio, and I was part of CABS. If you are a board gamer, you probably know what CABS is. CABS stands for Columbus Area Board Gaming Society. It was one of the biggest board gaming groups in the country. So we gamed a lot, and a lot of players played ASL. And I can honestly tell you that you spend more time, if you're playing face-to-face ASL, trying to figure out all of these extra rules that are in the game instead of just playing the damn game. And I think Peter or somebody had posted originally back when the game came out, or when Matrix Games was introducing the game, it's like, I don't want players to be worried about the numbers. I don't want the players to be worried about the rules. I want them to just freaking play the game and enjoy the game. That's why the default counters don't have any numbers on them other than stars, because they don't want you to spend time calculating, okay, well, this guy is a 9-2 and he's stacked with a 2-4-3 or 4-3-6 guy, and let's see, that adds up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 firepower. Now if I get this guy up to my 8 firepower, nope, that's not enough firepower. I need to add in this squad over here. Let me see what I got over here. And you spend more time math calculating than just freaking playing the game. And I think that really makes it a lot more fun and quick. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rant and rave. Am I done? I'm done talking. Alright, let's defensive fire and kill somebody, right? So again, we've got broken units over here. Time to light these guys up. Alright, let's do it this way. Shit. Alright, we're gonna separate our firepower, but we're gonna DM all these bastards back up. We're not gonna probably do much damage to them, which is fine. But as long as they're broken, we're happy camper. Right? You already fired. What are you doing? You're doing trying to hit that guy. No damage. Okay, so defensive fire is done. Yeah, you don't miss trying to fit to dig foxholes. Yeah, it's like crazy. How many turns is this scenario, by the way? I think it's 5 turns. Okay, so we only have one more turn. We might as well. I'm going to try and blast through this last turn pretty quick. See if we can get a victory out of here. Route. I think we are good with routes, right? Now, okay. So don't get me wrong in I saying, oh, this game is perfect and everything. I think there's a lot of things that this game could use to become better, okay? So, I was ranting and raving about how perfect this game is. I don't want people to go, oh, yeah, IG Jester thinks this game's perfect. And it's because he doesn't, like all the rules with ASL, blah, blah, blah. That's not true at all, okay? I think there's a lot of things. Number one thing, and I know it's been suggested, is when it gets to the route segment, I think any hex that has a broken unit should be highlighted up, so that I know I don't need to click on each hex to find out, oh, where my broken units are. Now we're just dealing with a small scenario, so I know where my broken units are. But you got a multi-map scenario, and it gets to the route segment. You don't want to miss routing a guy. So if every hex lit up, kind of had like an aura around it to show you, oh, there's somebody broken in this hex. You should probably do something about that. That would save a lot of time. So don't get me wrong. I certainly don't think the game is, a perfect game right now. Oh, close combat again. But I think it is. I like the direction it's going. I guess the best way I can describe it. I love the direction it's going. It's taking some of the extra things out of the game and letting you just play the game, and that's letting you enjoy playing the game and not worrying about all of those extra. Close comments done. Okay, extra things. Uh, Java route tool. Yeah, there is a route tool button, but don't get that wrong. Okay, this button only if you press it in. I don't even use this button. Okay, this button will only highlight units that will be eliminated if you don't route them. It does not show you all of your broken units. I think it should. I think there's a way that maybe Peter could code it. So you click this button on and boom, when it gets to the route segment, all of your units highlight. But this button right now, all it does is it shows you units that are going to be eliminated if you don't route them. But yeah, that's a good point, Java. There is a route button up here to help you guys. All right, administrative. All right, so fire. We're going to have to move some more guys around, I think, here. We got to hold down this middle building, but I'm going to... He's got some broken units over there. I'm going to try and run this guy all the way over there, but I don't think he can shoot me, so that guy's going to move over there. This guy we're going to move up here. This guy can shoot because he's not going to go anywhere, so let's shoot. Did you guys all rally? Good job. All right, so we're going to move them back here. All right, back to what we were doing before here. All right, that's our fired movement. All right, well, these guys are back in the fight again almost. So, always, guys, just when you're only moving one spec, one spec. How about one hex? When you're going to move one hex, always assault move. Because if you just regular move and you only move that one hex, the enemy gets a bonus to attack you. If you assault move and you're only moving one hex, they won't get as big a bonus. All right, so God damn it, these guys I swear are playing yo-yo. They just go in and out, in and out. Fortunately, he only broke one of our units, so that's actually good. All right. So you move there, you guys. You're dragging the heavy machine gun. Well, all right, we'll take these guys then. We'll bring this guy, and do this, okay, guys. Whatever your last move was. So the last move I did was assault. So when I click my next unit, it's going to default to assault, right? So anytime you see red hexes all around your units, that should be your cue that you are an assault move. So don't go and move your unit and then go, oh no, I wanted to move them. So I've done that many times, so just trying to help you guys prevent that from happening. Wow, what are we going to do here? We want to get some units over here and get some more melee going. This guy's got a heavy machine gun. This guy's got a medium machine gun. I guess we'll take our sergeant and our second line units. So this time we're going to move them. Shouldn't be able to be shot by anybody. Now we've DM'd these guys. They're going to have to move back even farther. And then we can come in here and help with this melee. That should help. You guys, what are we going to do? We're going to assault move because we're going to move one space. And then you guys... We are going to actually huff and puff you guys across the board here. Bring you into that hex. Take a little bit of fire, but that's okay. But now we've got a medium machine gun, a heavy machine gun, and another light machine gun securing our southern flank into this building. So I'm going to be... We got one more turn, so we're almost done. And we're going to make a push. If we can keep these guys broken, we're going to make a push and try and get these guys back. Take these points in the last turn for the victory. That's what our game plan is. Of course, we got to win this melee to get that point back here. Alright, movement is done. Defensive fire. You shouldn't have too much. Advancing fire, we only have a little bit. Let's shoot at these guys. Nothing? Alright, that's fine. Medium machine gun does not get to, but we could shoot our little half squad. And we can shoot our squad and our leader. Try and keep these guys broken. Alright, that is advancing fire. We are done. Routes, so I'm not going to route this guy because it's not worth putting him back here. Because if he goes back there, he's only going to have one more turn to try and rally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave him in this hex with the leader and hope that I can rally him in that hex with the leader. It's going to be a long shot, but we're going to try it. There's no sense in me moving my leader and the unit back there when he's on the one last turn to try and rally. Routes are done. Now he's got to route. So he's got to move these guys out of there. Oh, look, we got a victory point right here. That's good. I did not even see that. It was blocked. Okay, so advance, yes. So now we have a decision to make, actually. Let's see what we have in here. We have full squad and a leader. We have 2 squads and a leader. So we got a 2-to-1 advantage over them. I could put that other squad in there and get a 3-to-1 advantage. But I want this victory point as well, because right now, of course, we want to win the game. We are down a point. We're down several points. What are we at? We're at 19 points. So we are side B, 19. So yeah, we need... Oh my, we need a bunch of points, don't we? We're going to get them, though. I feel confident we're going to get these. Alright, you know what? Ouch! I hit my finger on the keyboard. Alright, you know what? Screw it. We're going in. Going in. That's the way we roll. Because I don't know how many victory points this is worth anyways. It might only be a couple. We need to actually get... We need to make a break. We need to get everybody broken down here that we can, or at least fired, defensive fired, when it's our turn so we can run some guys in there. Which means we need everybody available we can. Alright, advance. Anybody else want to advance? Yeah, actually I do. I do want to advance, actually. I'm going crazy here, I know it. But if I move this guy here... Wait a minute, is this guy allowed? How many? Oh, he's got 2 squads in there. That would be suicide. Damn. Crap. I was going to go here, make him have to shoot me here. Yeah, we're going to have to wait till we break these guys. Alright, advance. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I feel lucky. We're advancing. Screw it. Go, boys, go. Go! Oh, you're broken. You can't go anywhere. Yeah. You, half squad, go! Run! You! And you! Go! Alright, we're making our charge, our last charge. No result, no result. That's a shame. All right, here we go. This is going to make or break right here. Unit failed to rally, so our one little dude did not rally. Okay, well, that's pretty good considering the situation. All these units, we only have one unit that's broken. That means we're doing something good. Alright, that is excellent. His one and only good hex to fire at us didn't do any damage. So that was... This guy I'm not too worried about because he's just a half squad. Just wood buildings are... Trees and wood buildings are okay cover. Stone buildings are really tough to break. They give you a really good defense. So obviously being in these stone buildings is very, very good. Alright, so I wasn't too worried about that. What, did he rally somebody down there? He did, didn't he? Wow. Okay, this guy down here he rallied. Okay, so he broke one of our guys. Alright, that's alright. That's alright, because now we're adjacent to him and now we got the firepower advantage. That's going to be the key right now. So, adjacent units, double firepowers. Double firepower. So all these units, double against these guys, should do some good work. Yep, we broke them right there. And didn't keep our rate of fire, that's okay. This guy's not going to be much good here, but... shoot at that guy, that's fine. Alright, you guys... Oh, you're broken. Yeah, you can't do anything. Forget you. Trying to take that last guy out. Nope, but we kept our rate of fire. Good. Okay, kept our rate of fire again. So, you know, I was talking earlier about things I like, things I don't like. One of the things I think for sure, I don't even know if this is mentioned, but I had mentioned it to Peter like the first day. If he could color code these, especially like light machine gun does not keep rate of fire. If it does keep his rate of fire, all it says is light machine gun keeps rate of fire. So the only difference is these words here. And sometimes, if you're not really paying attention, you don't see whether or not. And the other thing is the rally guys. Unit has rallied or unit did not rally. I mean, there's like only one word difference between them. So I suggested color coding them. So if they fail, it's in red or something, or if they fail, it's in bold, or something to kind of differentiate them, or even have like a different statement here. Light machine gun does not keep rate of fire, but if they do keep rate of fire, say something like light machine gun rate of fire is kept. So it's not just the same line over and over and over again with just one word difference. So I think that would definitely help people as well. It's just little things like that. But if I was coding a game, the last thing I would be thinking about is, oh, okay, what should I do about this line in my thing? I mean, that's like, it's not really something I would be thinking about. So I'm sure all those little details he's been thinking, oh, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that? What else are we doing? We're defensive firing. See, you guys get me sidetracked. What? Oh, yes, because he's a half squad. Sure. Shoot at these guys. Pinned him. I was really hoping to break these guys so we could make a mad dash over there. So I'm going to really, 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 really hope that these guys can do some damage. And, of course, they didn't. You're broken. You just broke. Defensive fire is over. Okay, nothing there. Oh, he's got more units back there we don't even... Oh, no, Oh, wait a minute. They broke, so he has to route. And he low crawled out in the open, so we couldn't shoot at him. So now he's the one that's in trouble here. Yeah, baby. Alright, unless he rallies these units, I have a good feeling about things. I shouldn't say that, because if you watch the intro to this episode, you will know that whenever I have a good feeling about things, that's usually a bad sign. You guys are broken. You go back to where the leader is. I think you are the only guys that are broken, correct? Again, now if I click on the route, I should have done that before I moved that guy. Sorry, Java. Sorry. Yeah, I should have done that. Shoot. Sorry about that, because that would have been a perfect example, because it would have been highlighted because of the route mechanic there. Sorry. I apologize. Alright, routes are done. Advance. He can advance. Does he want to advance? Ah, yes! Excellent. We've won the combat up here. Eliminated them. So now we can make a push on this point over here and push back in this building here. Alright, it is our turn of 5. So this is it. Failed to rally and unit rallied. So here's a perfect example. So you got failed to rally and rallied in hex. So the only difference between these are these one little words, failed to. So if you're just kind of scanning through, if you got a whole bunch of them, you might think, oh, I rallied, I didn't rally. So if there's some kind of a, the ones that don't rally maybe are bold, or the ones that do rally are in bold or in red colors if they fail, or whatever he can do. I mean, just some kind of differential between these. So one of our units came back. Good for him. Excellent. All right, so that's it for that. So it's very important. Oh, he rallied a bunch of his units here. Well, one of them. Okay, so we're not too scared of him. He's got this little pain in the butt down here. Okay. So what units are not going to move? We're going to be moving a lot of units. The problem is this hex right here. 225. This hex number is our nemesis. So we would really, 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 really like to break these guys. Because if these guys are broken, then we pretty much have free reign to go wherever we want. I'm not too worried about this 628, because he's only going to have one shot, maybe two shots at us. So where's our heavy machine gun? Yes, right here. You. Heavy machine gun. We're not going to move him, but we got to hope that he can do some damage. Excellent. So we pinned one of his units, which means half firepower. We eliminated one of his squads, and we kept a rate of fire. Unfortunately, we eliminated his broken unit, but that's okay. Keep shooting. Damn. Rather unfortunate. Shoot. All right. We're gonna have to try our medium machine. Oh yeah. I know. We gotta break these guys. You, shoot. Hey, coward. Damn. Damn. Alright, so we don't have enough firepower to do anything about that. We're not going to be able to get back to this building, but we should be able to take some of these some of these hexes. And this hex up here. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to move one squad at a time, because he's got some defensive fire, and I'm hoping to use it up. So you, jump in there. No, you. Oh, we're in fire. Okay, let's go to move. Yep, there we go. Sorry. Alright, so again, I'm just going to assault move. So he, one space. I know he's only going to go one space. Ah, he broke his. God, one shot, too. I'm thinking about making a break right down the alley here, right between all of these guys, and just defensive fire. He's going to just... It would use up his defensive fire, but if we could live through it, we can get some of his points here. Tough decision. I'd really like to have them use up their firepower. All right, let's move. What are we doing? Oh, we got to click on somebody else. There we go. All right, here we go. Ah, right off the bat, we didn't even get anywhere. Damn it. But they final fired, so that's a good thing. So he's only got 2 units left that can fire. This guy here and this guy. So we are... These guys are broken, though. Alright, bring them up. Bring them up. Well, that did not go exactly as planned, I'll tell you that right now. Alright, everybody's freaking final fired finally? Good. He's not broken though, is he? He's pinned, which means he can't advance. But these guys should be able to... Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we only have 2 units left. Damn. Bring them here, advance them there. Alright. Conscript's been eliminated. They're all defensive firing. They broke themselves because they were being jerk faces, which is good. Unfortunately, they ended up breaking us too. Wow, that was a costly maneuver there. Does the unit have to stop moving when it becomes adjacent to an enemy unit? Absolutely not. There is no zone of controls in this game whatsoever. The only thing you cannot do is enter into an enemy's hex during the movement phase. The only time you can enter into an enemy's hex is during the advance phase. So we got some of these points back. Let's see our victory here. Oh, look at that, SCO. Major victory. All right. Let's move these guys up here and see what we can do. You know what? We got enough guys that we can probably try to get more than what I thought we could. Okay, so we're going to double time it. So I'm going to try and get this hex down here. And we're going to take our... What are we going to take? We'll take our sergeant. No. All right, quick. We'll take our second line and our sergeant. Bring him here. We'll advance him into that hex and hope we can kill the leader. Alright. Then this guy, and then the sergeant. We'll go here, which will make these guys have to route away, which means we should be able to get into that hex after the route phase. And then last but not least, we got 1 unit left. Where in the hell can we get him? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd have to get by these guys here. Nope. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we can't make it down to this building here. There's no way. There's no way to do it, I don't think. So you know what? We'll just have him come down and help try to kill this leader off. Come up there. There we go. Alright, so that, unfortunately, if this guy would have rallied, we might have been able to get another one of these spaces. But unfortunately, we're done with our movement phase. Defensive fire. Oh, listen to all that defensive fire. Oh, wait, he doesn't have any because he shot the shit out of us in the movement phase. Alright, advancing fire, though. we are pinned, but that doesn't mean, yeah, we can't shoot. Shoot at, oh wait a minute, before you shoot, see what's available. That guy broke, oh yeah, they both broke. So, this is kind of confusing too, and I am going to spend a minute talking about this, okay? So, when it was our movement phase, you can the enemy will defensive fire at you once, and they get a first fire counter. Then the second time they fire, they get what they call a final fire counter on their counter, which means they can't fire again unless an enemy moves adjacent to them. When an enemy moves adjacent to them and you got a final fire counter on you, you can choose to shoot at the enemy, but it is also a morale check on yourself. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you could get lucky, and when they move up adjacent to you, your guys are panicking, just spraying their bullets everywhere, and maybe you get lucky and do some damage to them. Or your guys might get more afraid that they have units that moved adjacent to you, and you might break yourself. So in this case, when I moved that unit into there was a lot of firepower, and what had happened was all of these units here did what they call final protective fire. And you can see that this guy made it. He made his morale check. So he did his attack against us. He ended up breaking a unit or whatever he ended up doing in that hex, or pinning us, I think. And I think one of them eliminated one of our other units. But he made his morale check. These guys down here did not make their morale checks, and you notice they are now broken. So which means they're going to have to obviously route away. So that's how the defensive fire works in the movement phase. So first time you fire at an enemy, it's first fire, and you get your full firepower. The second time you choose to defensive fire an enemy, it is final fire, and you only get half your firepower. And then, of course, you have one last fire, but it's only when an enemy moves adjacent to you. And that only happens during the movement segment, your opponent's movement segment. That does not happen in your defensive fire segment. In your defensive fire segment, you only get to shoot once. So there's a trade-off there. Unless, of course, you keep your rate of fire. So a lot of people get confused about that, and I just wanted to bring it up since it happened, and there was a good example to show you guys. All right, so advancing fire, I think everybody freaking broke, and before we do anything, I'm actually going to click the route button for Java out there so he can see this. Advancing fire. Anybody? Oh yeah, we've got some more guys right here. Hang on a second. See, you're trying to rush me. Yeah, I was hoping to get that guy dead, but that didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't really matter because he's... Well, I mean, this guy dying would have been nice. These guys not going to matter. They're going to have to route away. Which means we'll definitely get that point. And I'm hoping to get one of these other points down here. So that is advancing fire segments. Done. Okay, now the route segment. If I push this button on, there we are. Okay, so you see when you have the route button on, it will highlight units that have to route away or they will become eliminated. So we have two really good examples of why these units are highlighted. Number one is anytime you have a broken unit and you're adjacent to an enemy, you have to route away. So you have to. And the other thing is anytime you are broken and you're out in the open, you have to route away. So if I take the units off, you can see that this unit here is out in the open. Because guys that are afraid and everything, they're not going to want to stand out in the open and get shot at. Because, you know, the mechanics of the game kind of represent more than just, okay, it's turn number 5 and I don't really care what happens to this unit. So you have to, you know, there are mechanics in play here. So let's turn that back on. So two good examples. I was trying to see if there's any other broken... Yeah, so you notice this unit over here, Java. This unit here is actually broken, but you see it's not highlighted. The hex is not highlighted. Again, I believe that this counter, or this marker up here, the route one, only shows you units that are going to be eliminated if you do not route them. It does not show you every single unit. But you see how these are highlighted here with orange and red. I think every hex that has a broken unit in it, maybe what you have is, maybe this is orange and the other ones are red. Or, maybe this is red and all the other hexes are orange. I think that would be a good trade-off there. All right, so that was I'm glad I waited till now because that was a really good example of everything we talked about. So you, really, you can't route here. Okay, so the other thing we keep talking about routing away, routing away, routing away, routing away. One thing is you can never move a unit that's broken closer to a known enemy unit. So you can see that this guy here, and even though he's just a leader, and I know the leader can't shoot at me, he's 1, 2, 3 spaces away. If I take this guy and move him into this hex here, he's only 2 spaces away. So that is closer to a known enemy unit. This is why flanking your enemy in ASL is so good. Because if for example, the Russian unit had one unit back here that I could see, I couldn't route away from them because there would be a unit back here and I would be moving closer. So I can't move back and I can't move forward, so this guy would be eliminated. So flanking your enemy so they can't route away from you is ultra important because it's killing units for free. There's nothing you have to do but just be available and in vision of your enemy. So like I said, if there were a Russian unit right here, or anywhere that this unit can see back here, I couldn't move into this space, and I couldn't move into this space, then this guy would be eliminated. He wouldn't have to shoot me or anything. My guys would just surrender. So flanking your guys in ASL, obviously ultra important. But anyways, let's go and route this guy, shall we? And that's fine. These guys here will be routed because obviously they're adjacent to an enemy unit, so they have to route away again. The last thing I'm going to talk about with routes, okay, and I know we talked a lot about routing, but it's important, as I mentioned, understanding the mechanic. So when you route away, if you route into an empty hex, I'm sorry, not an empty hex, a clear hex. So you can see these are clear hexes. Your enemy can shoot at you. So this guy over here that's not broken can shoot at me. So the way to prevent that from happening is one of 2 ways. You have to route back where they can't shoot you. So if I move these guys into this hex, these guys over here can't see me because they can't shoot through this building. They can't shoot through the building. If I move up here, these guys could shoot me. And so that's what they call interdiction. So when I move here, they will get a free shot against me, and that obviously can cause me to become casualty reduced and eliminated and all kinds of bad things. So when you're moving your units around, one of the things you want to think about is where can I route to and what enemies can shoot at me if I do have to route. Units that can't interdict you are broken units. So this guy here that's broken, if I move into this hex and he has clear line of sight at me, he cannot shoot me because he's broken. But I cannot move closer to a broken unit either. So, and we'll move there and, I don't know, right there. It doesn't really matter. And that's the end of routing for us. Now he's going to have to route, and these units here will be highlighted in the special color because they're adjacent to an enemy unit. And they are broken, so they must route away. So I'm done with routes. Now it's his turn. Kill them with your feet, not your guns. Good point, Genesis. Very, very good point. And you notice these units are highlighted, these units are highlighted, these units are highlighted, and these units are highlighted. Now, if we look at our hex here, all of these units are adjacent. These broken units are all adjacent to one little half squad. 5 guys and a leader standing there, and all of these guys have to run away. Just as Genesis said, to kill them with your feet, not your guns. So I'm going to force every one of these guys to run away. Now this guy here, let's just take this guy for example, he's going to have to move, and the only spaces he have is out in the open. So if I had a unit that I could shoot him with, he would be in big trouble. Fortunately for him, yeah, I'm here, so he can route into this X, and I can't shoot him through the building. So I can't interdict him, but he's still going to be out in the open. He's going to be in sorry shape. So make your opponents have to route into bad locations. So let's let him do his routing, shall we? So you see he routed away here into this space here, but because this is a clear space, he had a low crawl. He didn't low crawl. Really? Why would he not low crawl? Because I can't interdict because I'm tired. Yep. Okay. So one of the deficits of double timing your unit is you can't interdict. You're tired. You guys are just too wounded or too winded to shoot at enemies anymore. So I can't interdict, even though he moved out in the open. So that's one of the deficits of getting those extra movement points and running around really fast. So yep, keep that in mind as well. Interdiction. They're very important. So let's let him route through. So he's going to route here, which is 2 spaces away. So he can go there because it's 2 spaces away. He's not getting any closer to me. And again, if I had a unit here, he couldn't come this way because it would be closer to a known enemy unit. So now he's going to be, having to route these guys away. And he low crawled away because this is a perfect example. I've got guys here that can shoot him. One squad, actually, that can shoot him. These guys are tired. These guys... Oops. Yeah, I know. That guy's tired and this guy's tired. But this guy is not tired. So if he moves out in the open, my guy could blast him. And the only way to prevent that from happening is to low crawl. Now, all low crawl does is give you 1 space. That's all you can route to. You notice that this guy up here routed several spaces. Low crawl, you're basically spending all your time crawling on the ground just to get away. And you can only go 1 space, which is going to leave you out in the open and going to make you vulnerable the next turn. So never low crawl if you can prevent it. And I'll show you why in the next segment, why you should never low crawl. Remind me to tell you that. Yes, it's very impressive that the computer had calculated out and figured that out to not low crawl this guy away, that he could actually get away. Yeah, I know some people have not been, overly, thinking the AI was, totally wonderful or whatever, but I have not had any problems with the AI. I think they've done a pretty good job, and if you watched our intro video, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so he is still routing units away. Routing units away. So again, he moved out here in the open, but because I don't have anybody that can shoot him, they're all broken. Can't shoot him. That guy's broken too, so I don't have anybody. He can't come closer to me, but he can walk out in the open and not have to worry about us shooting at him. So that's obviously good for him. One last thing about routing. To interdict an enemy, you can only shoot up to your normal range. So for example, these 447s have a range of 4 hexes. So I could not interdict somebody that was 5 spaces away with these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So let's say he had a Russian unit was here, and he routed here. I could not interdict him because it's not within my normal range. Just little things that you pick up and you learn, and once you learn them, it makes the game a lot easier and a lot funner to play because there are rules like that for a reason. All right, so we're still routing. Boy, that was a brutal turn. I mean, I don't know how many units got broken, but there was a ton between me and the enemy. So advancing. We're in the advanced segment. So this is why you should never, ever roll crawl if you can help it, because this guy just low crawled out of this building into the open. Now it comes to my advanced segment, and I'll watch what I do. I advance into this space. He's out in the open. He's broken. He's going to get his DM counter back on because he's adjacent to me, and he's out in the open. So I'm going to have double firepower on him when I get to shoot at him because he's adjacent to me. So never roll crawl if you can, unless you absolutely positively have to. And I'm giving away all my good tricks, and I shouldn't do that. So, all right. So that was advancing there. We're going to advance all these guys into that hex. All right. Our pin guy can't advance. So it was unfortunate we got pinned, but our leader can advance. So we're going to try and take. Now, which hex do you think is worth more, 427 or 527? Let's look at our victory conditions, shall we? 427 is worth 1. 527 is worth 1. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we'll advance him into, say, this hex. And we got that hex back. Good for us. We're trying to get this hex back. We just captured this hex. Anybody else wish to advance? Not really, because we couldn't get any more points. All right, so advanced segment is done. Let's hope we get this close combat and kill that one little leader. We did it. Good for us. So ambush failed, resulted in the casualty reduction. Lieutenant has been illuminated, and our guy got wounded, actually. So our guy got wounded, but we killed the Russian leader. He was a good leader, too, a B star. So that's a good leader to take out. So that's the end of close combat. We got that point, though. And that should be the end of the game with a German major victory. We have, how many points do we have? We have 31 versus his 5. We needed how many for a major victory? We needed 26 because we were side B. 26. We got 31. All right. So that is a great scenario. Whoever made that, you know what? I wasn't gonna call out anybody because I didn't want to leave anybody out. But you know what? I'm gonna let you guys know who made this scenario because that was a good job, well done. Let's see here. Let's go under scenarios, and I believe it was one of the first couple that was. Where is it? Guards counterattack. Bulldog. Good job, man. Remake of a classic, 5 turns of intense brawling, and that is it. Whoever Bulldog is, great job, Bulldog, on recreating that scenario. Oh yeah. So we talked about this earlier about things that are not in Tigers on the Hunt that may be missing or maybe not missing, or what things with advanced squad leader that aren't incorporated in Tigers on the Hunt. One of the things is not multi-hex buildings, of course. So we don't have multi-hex buildings. We have just single-story buildings. But again, it's another one of those things that if, when you look at advanced squad leader, is it, is all of that extra having to calculate blind hexes and calculating route pass up and down stairs and damage and having counters on top of, if I had a multi-hex building here, say this is 3-stories tall, I could have a bunch of my counters on the first floor. And then we have a bunch of the enemy counters on top of my counters because they're on the second floor. And then I got more units on the third floor. So you have like a stack of like 20 counters on this one hex. And nobody knows where anybody is or anything. So is the fact that there is not multi-hex buildings in the game, do I miss it? Do I wish it was in there? No, I really don't. Because I don't think having multi-story buildings in this game is going to make it any more fun to play the scenarios. Because then I have to worry about, I'm going to be spending more time calculating, well, if I'm in a second story here, and this is a 2-story building here, how many high blind hexes is that going to create? It's going to create 2 blind hexes at a distance of 5 spaces, and so on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 7 spaces. So that's 1.5 blind hexes. Minus, I'm up 2 levels higher, so I subtract 1 from my blind hex. So is it worth all that extra effort to do all that stuff? Now, there are plenty of players out there that would say to me, yes, absolutely, I guarantee you, I love it. I love multi-story buildings. I love hedges. I love walls. And there are, people that absolutely want this game. They want Tigers in the Hunt to be, I want this to be exactly like Advanced Squad Leader. But it's not exactly like Squad Leader, and there's a reason for that, because the designer wants you guys to really focus on the fun parts of the game and not be a mathematician to try and figure out where your best use of your units are, how much firepower you have, what their range is, just etc., etc. And if you guys have ever tried to play face-to-face or Vassal, if you play Vassal, when I first started playing, the first scenario I ever played on Vassal was, of course, this scenario here. And you know how long it took us to play that scenario? It literally took us like 3 weeks. We would play like on Tuesday and Thursday night from like 8 to 10. So it was about 2 hours a night, because the guy had multiple things going on. So he scheduled like 2-hour block. So it was like 8 to 10 on Tuesday and Thursday for 3 weeks. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It was like 12 hours of Vassal time trying to play this scenario, because you're finicking with the rules, and you're finicking with bypass movement, and you're finicking with moving of your squads, and you're finicking with movement points for your vehicles, and you're finicking with all these extra things. And the designer, I think, did a good job of saying, what's at the heart of ASL? It's the combat system that, and if you read, and I remember, I don't know if it was posted on the Matrix forums or somewhere else I read, but the original designer of Squad Leader, when he came up with the system, said this should be played fast and loose and fun. It shouldn't turn into a mathematician grind. And I think the designer took that to heart and got rid of a lot of the stuff that I don't necessarily think needs to be in the game. Again, it's all personal preference. That's why there are lots and lots and tons of people on the forums saying, "Oh, I love this game. It's great. I'm having so much fun." And then there's other players that are saying, "Oh, I wish it would have been more like Advanced Squad Leader." Well, if you want something more like Advanced Squad Leader, then go to it. Okay, do what Peter did. Go create your own Advanced Squad Leader game that's exactly like Advanced Squad Leader. So that's just my personal feeling. That's the way I feel about it. And people can agree with me and people can disagree, and everybody has their own opinions. I still don't think this game is perfect. I don't. I think there's a lot of things that could be added. I know Peter is working very, very hard to get a lot of these things that people have suggested into the game, and I know that he will be supporting this game for a long, long time. And I know that there's a ton of things he wants to get and add to this game. But I think it takes all of the bullshit stuff out of Advanced Squad Leader and kind of just nails down the core of it. It kind of reminds me of like, I was kind of like the ASL guy for my board game group. So whenever somebody was like, "Oh, I want to play Advanced Squad Leader," what do? I take them and I go, "Okay, here's Starter Kit 1. Let's play a scenario and see what you think." And so we would basically take Advanced Squad Leader and just use, Starter Kit 1 rules. And they would be like, "Oh, this is so much fun. People told me it was so much difficulter and blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Well, that's because you're not using all of the extra rules." So we'd play, Starter Kit 2, and then we play Starter Kit 3. And they would be like, "Oh, this is really great. I love this. I love this." And then we go, "Well, there's a lot of things you don't know about that's in Advanced Squad Leader. Do you want to take the next step up?" And then they go, "Well, okay." And then you give them a try, and they go, "Wow, this is so much more to it. and it's just so much more. The rule book went from, I mean, literally the starter kit rule book is like 6 pages long. And then they see the second edition rule book, and it's like, what is it, 487 pages, and they wonder, what the hell am I getting myself into? So I think, for me, the fun part is taking that rule book and getting rid of all that extra stuff and having a rule book that's 50 pages long as opposed to 500 pages long. Now, I don't like easy games either. I mean, no, it's not that I don't like easy games. If we look at, say, Heroes of Normandy. Heroes of Normandy is a great game. And of course, you can find out about this on the Matrix website. Again, it's actually based on a board game, just like Tigers of the Hunt is based upon the Advanced Squad Leader. The Heroes of Normandy is based upon the board game that came out 2 years ago, whatever it was. And it's a great little fun game, and all you're doing is rolling one little dice, but there's still a lot of strategy involved in it. There's a lot of mechanics that go into it, a lot of thought. I don't like games that are just, I'm going to click this button and I'm going to move over here and that's it, I win the game. I like games that are easy to play but not easy to conquer, I guess, if that's the best way to think of it. I want a game that's easy to play, but it's not easy to conquer because the rules are just too simplistic. Like Memoir 44, if you know what I'm talking about, Memoir 44. I enjoy Memoir 44, but it's like after a game or two of it, I'm done because it's just too easy. There's just not enough strategy. There's not enough, filler to the system. And I think ASL, on the other hand, is one of those games that is too much filler, way too much filler. And I think Tigers on the Hunt is just, it takes the good parts of ASL and condenses them down into, okay, there's still enough in this game to make it just like ASL without all of that extra bullshit. I mean, Peter's rule book is only 70 pages long, and that's going into details with the editor and how to install the game and all that other stuff. It's not 800 pages long. So anyways, I've gone ranting and raving way too much. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anybody have any questions about anything that happened? Any questions at all? I think if you are interested in ASL, I'm not trying to disgruntle ASL players. I'm not trying to tell them they're playing wrong. I'm not doing any of that. Okay, don't get me wrong there. Everybody can play however they want to play. The problem I have is the people that come on the forums or whatever and say, well, this isn't exactly like ASL and I wish I wouldn't have spent my money on it. They're not enjoying the playing of ASL without all the extra stuff, and I don't think they're giving the game as much credit as it deserves. So, have I tried Lock and Load? Yep, I play every single World War II tactical combat system game there is. I've played Lock and Load, Heroes of Stalingrad. I played Heroes of Normandy. I played what's the other one? What the hell is it called? What the hell is it called? I can't even think of the name of it. I'll tell you here. It's called. God, it's bugging me now. Go away. Look at what's on the front page, guys. Did you see that? Hang on a second. Go back. Look at that. Here's our thing right here. Boom. All right. Good for us. Conflict of Heroes. Couldn't think of the name of it. I played Conflict of Heroes. In fact, Conflict of Heroes, again, and I hate to keep sounding like a broken record, Conflict of Heroes is based upon a board game that won Origin's Historical Game of the Year and was designed by Uwe. as I told you, I'm from Columbus, Ohio, originally before I moved down to Florida. That's where Origins is hosted in Columbus, Ohio, every year. And Uwe was actually introduced this to um, our the board game to us before he even introduced it to Origins. There's his name right there, Uwe. And so he'd come to our board game meetings and meet up with us and let us see it and try it out and play it and kind of refined it. And then he won, board game, historical board game of the year award at Origins. So Origins, of course, is in Columbus, Ohio. Of course, one of the biggest gaming communities ever in existence. So yeah, I played this one. I played just about any World War II tactical. I started doing combat series. I've done. I've even started playing Gravitine. What's it called? Gravitine Star, Operation Star, Gravitine. Like the real time. Yeah. So just about anyone. So yeah, I played them all. There's certain ones that I like more than others. I play Battle Academy, Battle Academy 1, Battle Academy 2. Of course, you can find out more about them on the Matrix and Southern website again. Two great games. They're simplistic enough, but they have enough meat to them that make them so good. They're so much fun to play, but it's so easy. I'm going to move this guy up here, and it's got a certain amount of moving points, and then I can shoot. And, it's just so, it's not hard, it's not complex, but it's still fun as hell to play. So, I don't know. That's just my rant and raving. I don't know why I'm ranting and raving about everything, but there we go. Anybody have any questions? I'm just trying to introduce all of the cool, super new advanced squad leader mods that are out there. And you guys got me sidetracking a whole bunch of other stuff. So bad, shame on you guys. All right. Well, we've gone way over. So, yeah, we're going to call it a night. So, yeah, I just picked up Gravitine Minus Front yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I was playing that last night just to give it a whirl and see if it's. I like the new. The new UI for it. It's still a little wanky, but what do you want? They're designing the game from like Ukraine or something, so they're like 20 years behind us anyways out there. All right, well guys, thanks for joining us. I'll be uploading this video, of course, to my YouTube channel. You can find it at www.youtube.com/idjester. Leave your thoughts and comments at the forums, and I'll be sure to read those and post my own. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, if you're not a subscriber here at Twitch TV/idjester, become a subscriber. And when you become a subscriber, they will ask you, I believe, if you want email messages. So if you say yes, anytime we go live, we will get an email message. Everyone have a great night. Thanks so much for watching. We will be back Sunday night. I'm going to have a event. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of these user created modules. Scenarios that someone created, and I'm going to give it a whirl live. So if you guys can make it Sunday, be sure to tune in and look at the forums, and I'll try and post ahead of time to let you guys know when we're going to do it. Till then, thank you one and all for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.